one of the more complex problems with AI in creative work in general. It's actually something, it's not specific to creative work, it's something I think about an awful lot in product building as well. It's this 80-20 rule. And the idea is really simple. You can get to 80% of the output in 20% of the time, but the final 20% takes 80% of the time. And if you've worked in product design, engineering, creative production, really any industry, this will ring true. Even before AI was a thing, this was a common principle. Getting to the first version was never the hardest part of the flow. The hard part was getting from that first version to the prototype that is production ready, ready for the client, ready for the campaign, ready for the brand team, ready to publish. And that's where a lot of AI tools are really impressive, but incomplete. They're very good at accelerating that first 80%. You can generate a concept, a draft, a prototype, and often it looks like much higher fidelity than what a draft used to look like. And that is valuable. I don't want to dismiss that. Getting to a starter point faster is a big deal, but it doesn't automatically solve the production problem, because the last 20%, it's where all the complexity lies. That's where feedback comes in. That's where brand rules matter. That's where the final tweaks happen. That's where teams refine, approve, and ship. And there's something ironic that happens here as well. The better AI gets at the first 80%, the more that bottleneck can show up. So to start with, it completely warps the expectations of those outside of the production workflow as to what's possible. Because the first draft looks so ready, but in reality, it's still far off. So it creates this like kind of the wrong expectation of where the work is at. At the same time, because it's so easy to get 80% of the way there, you find that people will index to doing more projects and getting more things 80% of the way there, but fewer things across the line. Because if that last 20% doesn't get faster, if you don't actually get work out, if you don't actually get it to the point of production, you haven't really changed the creative process in a major way. You've increased the number of things waiting to be finished, the number of things that are happening at once, but you actually haven't changed the production output. And that distinction really matters, because output is not the same as usable output. A draft is not the same as something you can publish. If we accelerate the time to first draft, but do nothing to accelerate the path from draft to done, we haven't really improved the creative workflow. We've just moved the bottleneck. And that last 20% requires something that most AI tools really struggle with: control. And that's why our point of view is very simple. Control is what makes AI usable, not generation on its own. Generation is really powerful. It creates a spark. It gets you moving. It can take a blank canvas and turn it into something tangible so quickly. But if you want to get from draft to done, you need control, particularly as a creative. You need to be able to edit the output, refine the details, structure the experience, keep it on brand, and make the final changes that are often too specific, too contextual, or too important to leave to just prompting